We're gonna continue on with Ace Attorney. We just said, hey, a knife belonging to Gatewater Hotel? You didn't buy that knife? What are you, a freaking idiot?
It was a thrift store. Coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand.
That's right, pal. The defendant
Did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater.
I think I heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
Like Watergate backwards.
Yeah, I told you that. I think
Oh,
you
you
made
just
that.
told me that first time. Yeah, you did.
I think you made that same exact comment.
Oh.
Uh-oh. The murder knife is actually property of the hotel. Which means this murder was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. That is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There's no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough to not realize this.
But I didn't know.
The question is, where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Miss Corrita's room. Mr. Corrita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. A fork!
There is a knife and a fork on the table.
I was joking. I was like, he's looking at this wrong thing.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from?
A factory, Your Honor. You're such a... If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Abbott Ongo. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Ongo's knife was missing.
Yeah?
Mr. Ongo had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife to a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
Seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume? There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown? It means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well...
Phoenix, the judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here...
That gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Important and necessary to prove that it wasn't a premeditated murder?
Yeah, I think that evidence would come in. Evidence would come into play. Is there like anything like that we haven't discussed at the current time? Nobody has said anything about a piece of evidence at the crime scene.
The glass? Tomato juice?
There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one, and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court? This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say?
Well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
I dropped my phone.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth?
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion?
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. You could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? It's possible.
No, wait. Set the glass down without thinking?
Yeah, she got to the crime scene, she's like, oh my god, that's a dead body, gotta place the glass down, like call 911, whatever. So.
Place the glass? Like move it from the table to that other table?
No, she probably had like a glass by herself.
Oh. I mean...
If you think it's weird that she picked up the glass from the table and put it on the other table.
Yeah, I mean, that's really weird.
If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. You just might fall for it, if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Weiss, I'd never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
You're not thinking hard enough today, right? Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then...
Of course it has been thoroughly inspected. For fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims, nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews.
What?
Wine glass found next to the victim is filled with tomato juice, bears Andrews' fingerprints. But that's why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. How are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. but upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Now, do you see right? You cannot change any part of my scenario, as it explains everything all too well.
Yeah.
I've thought long and hard this past year, about what it means to be a prosecutor. But from here on out, I'll show you the answer I have come to discover.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has proved enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Gotcha!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure she had earlier.
Oh, Archie boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet it was the Wicked Witch at the witness stand?
I tell you, this time I suppose I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. The things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgy right now. Now let's drop those scraps.
Yes, madame.
No. Please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. I don't mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard. Being cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in real men. Long, great hair.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy boy. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. There was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, not on guard. He was trying to stick his way out of Vaughn's room.
So, Mr. On-Guard came out from the victim's room?
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room.
Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night?
The lobby was supposed to be to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help. I'll have you know, it was for that lead-headed samurai show. I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door.
It was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
Something you were interested in? And just what was that?
It's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Energy poo, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove irrelevant, we can always have it appended to a testimony later.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time.
Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Kurita's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room.
Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, it was... He was...
Yes, he was.
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right now!
Well, I guess I could tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway.
It's on guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Really?
No, you blat! What I say is saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
The clothes. I think that's a good one.
To avoid a repeat of last year. What was last year's problem?
The picture, because he was wearing the Steel Samurai costume.
Yeah.
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men!
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Of course it was important, Your Honor.
And perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right, witness, please.
Ah, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing this flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket?
What do you think? Sounds like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it.
She's so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption.
She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
That's bad for us, really bad.
But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? That's what makes her a sweet old lady, right?
It's because you're not the one who has to question her.
Alright, what do you want me to do?
Okay. Alright. Let's go through them.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when I saw. That's when somebody showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. On guard, not on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show.
Let's go to the evidence.
Nickel Samurai, what he looks like. Just to remind you, you know what a Hakama is. Is that little pants thing that he has.
Okay.
It's like the samurai pants type of thing. That's what a Hakama is.
Gotcha,
That was the chair's fault. Press conference ticket. It seems like the Nickel Samurai is about to confess something at the post-ceremony stage show. Originally from Maya's kidnapper, who goes by the name of the Killer. Lana's camera was stolen the night of the murder. There's a tabloid article about the victim that was in the case. There's a magazine clipping about Juan Corrida and Adrian Andrews falling in love. This is the map. Guitar case was empty. There is some water, but only on top of the lid bears Corrida's fingerprints. A wine glass was found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice, bears Andrews' fingerprints. This is the picture of the murder scene. Since I you don't care about that for now. One's also the important time of death. It's strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. The knife bears the victim's blood on God's fingerprints in the grip while it was engraved. The German ninja's button was ripped off of his costume and is covered in Corrida's blood. Was found in On God's Hakama.
Okay. Found in On Guard's Hakama. His racing suit doesn't have a Hakama. She said he was wearing his racing suit. But racing suit is not the Nickel Samurai. What?
Yep, yes, you got it.
Oh.
Miss Oldbag,
What? Must I be named for no reason?
do you know what this is?
Ah! It's a button number 2 on Jamie Ninja's costume.
There's a lot monologue coming up.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance!
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during a full-body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal On Guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants.
See? And On Guard is the Nickel Samurai.
Witness? Now, it may just be me. I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt On Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore that trendy as dress, then maybe you should think that I look the most gorgeous woman ever. But instead, I have to put up wearing this ridiculous-looking outfit. You agree that this outfit is hideous, right? I've got a tape recorder stuck to my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy that I wish that we would have switched to CDs ages. But I'm keeping that dream alive for all those kids out there. I work harder with a smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip on Tim from Edgy Poo. Now he's got style.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard the man, but Mr. On Guard the Nickel Samurai!
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
This old bag. This is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, you think so too?
Well, might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change!
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Alright, if you insist.
I should be the one signed, not you.
We'll go to get to this testimony.
Next episode!
Who did you really see? We'll find out next episode on Modern Fossil. Tune in next time.
That's right. Make sure
Please.
to like, subscribe, comment,
Do all that stuff.
hit that bell.
I need to rest my voice for 6 weeks.
I gotta go.
Oh God. Until then, until next episode, we love you. I love you.
I love you so much.
I don't know. I love you, man. I love you, man.
Why is it so damn cold? Oh, it just rolled on my back.
Oh. Ah. It's a laser, dude. Ah, it's my eye, my ear.
Your what?
My eye ear.
Your ear?
My eye ear.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Bye, I love you.